These were the top selling colognes of 2024, but are they worth your money? I'll be ranking these fragrances on whether they're a death cop or nah, bro. Let's get straight into it. I'm going to be ranking these fragrances on the scent profile, longevity, how versatile they are, how many compliments I've gotten from them, their price, and then my personal opinion. Alright, so first up, out of the best selling men's colognes for 2024, we have Stronger With You Intensely. Very popular fragrance in store and on the internet. It's a warm, spicy vanilla fragrance. Think black turtleneck by the fireplace, reading a book in a red velvet armchair. I love the smell. I think it's got okay longevity, like it lasts pretty decently, I'd say, like most of the day, but nothing too serious. The price point, it's pretty good. It's about 125 USD for 100 mils, so it's relatively cheap. It lacks in its versatility, I would say, just because it does play that warm, spicy smell. It does limit it in that sense. If you've already got a fresh daytime fragrance and you're looking for more of a nighttime, winter kind of fragrance, this would be perfect because it would polarize the other one quite nicely. And I would put it in A, but because it is being very hyped up on TikTok and every young person has this fragrance, it is sort of entering the realm of being slightly cringe. Maybe that's just me. I don't really like things that when they become too popular. I would put it in A if it weren't for the TikTok bro hype. Because of that, I'm putting it in B, and that may upset some people, but I don't really care. The second, and in no particular order, of best-selling men's fragrance of 2024, we've got Valentino Uomo Intense. It's a nice fragrance. Again, it's got vanilla in it, just like the Stronger With You Intensely, but less spicy, although it does have a little bit of spice to it, but not too much. It's got some woodiness in there. It's very warm fragrance. Versatility, more versatility than the Stronger With You Intensely. However, it does come at a higher price point. This vanilla lavender fragrance will set you back around 125 USD roughly for 100 mils, making it not too expensive for a fragrance. My personal thoughts are this fragrance is okay, like there's others you can kind of go for, but as I think there's other fragrances you can get on this list that are significantly better, I'm going to put it in B tier, but I am going to put it above Stronger With You Intensely because it has more versatility in comparison to the Stronger With You. Next up, we have Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Elixir. Now, this fragrance came out in about 2023, and it was very, very, very banging when it came out then. It kind of started that sweet fragrance hype that we have today. Who knows how long that will last for? The notes of this are honey, tobacco, vanilla. It's really nice. Tonka bean as well. All some of my favorite fragrance notes. Longevity wise, it's okay. I would have expected more, but it should last like 8 hours, that kind of thing, similar to these two that I have in B tier. In terms of versatility, it's not the greatest. Like, it is very sweet and it would be perfect for like a date night evening kind of thing, but anything else I'm worried that it would just make it seem like you're trying a bit too hard. For the price, it is about 120 roughly speaking, so similar to the Valentino Uomo Intense. However, you do get in a 125ml bottle versus an 100ml bottle. If you do like a bit of bang for your buck, I'd pick this up because of that limited versatility and because I don't know how long this sweet fragrance hype will last, and I'm worried this fragrance might become outdated quite quickly. I'm going to have to put it in C tier. I know that might annoy a lot of people, but just there are some other really heavy hitters on this list, so you have to do what you have to do, right? Next up, we have Paco Rabanne 1 Million, the Eau de Toilette. This was released in 2025 and is known for not taking no for an answer or fighting people for stepping on your shoes. It's a warm, spicy fragrance. It smells okay, but for some reason it is loved by a lot of people. And I learned that this fragrance is kind of like a little bit sleazy, but maybe that's just a bias I have. However, I don't really like this fragrance. That being said, it is quite cheap. You can buy a bottle of it, 100ml, for about 70, roughly speaking, USD, as it's come out at discounters. It has been there for quite a while. However, should you buy it? I mean, it does have good versatility, but I think out of all of the fragrances in this list, this is one that I'm quite opposed to. And I might be biased, so take this with a pinch of salt, but I'm putting it in the nah bro, meaning that you shouldn't buy this fragrance. Next up, we have Versace Eros. It's, again, a common theme of vanilla here. Slightly more fresh, kind of gives off this bubblegum illusion. Very popular fragrance. It is nice. It's good for that sort of like clubbing, party kind of vibe that it's really associated with. A lot of people do stand that you can wear it out of those settings, but I'm not too sure. The price point is about 70 USD for 100 mils, which is relatively cheap. If you are kind of like younger, in my opinion at least, this would be really good for you. You could wear it all the time. But if you're kind of older, getting closer to my age, if you're wearing this in the office, I don't know, it might seem like you're trying too hard. Versatility, if you're 14 really well. If you're a little bit older, not so much. However, all in all, I'm going to put Versace Eros in C tier in terms of what you should spend your money on. Now, Sauvage Elixir. Anyone that knows me in real life knows that I love this fragrance. It's a warm, spicy fragrance, and I'd kind of describe it if they got all of the ingredients in the eau de toilette and then squeezed them all together and then made this beautiful, slightly almost sweeter fragrance. It does have a slightly higher price point, I won't lie to you. You are looking at about 160 USD for 60 mils, so it is smaller than all of these bottles we've previously talked about. However, you only need about, I'd say, 2 sprays in the evening, date night kind of thing, or 1 spray if it's a daytime office sort of school situation, just because this fragrance is so strong. It'll also last a very, very, very long time. We're talking like 2 or 3 days on clothes and at least a day on the skin. And for that value for money, makes me want to put it very high on this list. I do think it's got good versatility regarding where you can wear it. You can wear it in most settings. The difference between settings, as I said before, would just be how much you'd spray. So 1 in the office, 2 if you're going out to a party or something like that. Regarding compliments, this has got me a lot of compliments in the past. It seems like whenever I wear any of these Dior Sauvages, specifically the Elixir, people just flock with compliments. And I know you probably hear that a lot, saying that, oh, Sauvage is popular, but boy, 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 does it still get compliments. Like, there's a reason for it. And because of all of these factors I've just talked about regarding Dior Sauvage Elixir, should you buy it, should you not buy it? It's going to have to be an easy def cop, and it's going to be a strong def cop as well. As I said in previous videos, if I could only own 1 fragrance, this would be a strong contender. Next up is a certified daddy cologne. Your dad might have had this. I've got it. It's a good fragrance. It's a great fresh fragrance. It's been around since the 70s, I believe, but should you buy it in 2025? I think if you want a really clean-cut, fresh, sharp, citrusy fragrance, you could buy this. However, it just doesn't perform. In my opinion, at least, I've just noticed that it's only a couple hours sort of thing on my skin. It does last a little bit longer on the clothes. I'd say like it would last maybe almost a whole school day, like 6 hours. Apart from that, like, it's got great versatility as it's just like a fresh fragrance. You can kind of wear it anywhere. There's a reason why it is popular. However, out of all of the fragrances on this list, I'm going to have to say that you wouldn't buy it just because there are other fresh fragrances on this list. So I'm going to put it in Nah Bro. And now, fragrance that will steal everyone's girlfriend is YSL Y Eau de Parfum. This is a fresh, a little bit spicy, a little bit woody fragrance. It's going to set you back a cool $100 USD roughly, and it's got this really nice apple note in it that gives it this fresh sweetness. It's very mass appealing. It's one of my most complimented fragrances, and it's a fragrance that when selling to people and you're showing a guy and his girlfriend, if you show them this, 9 times out of 10 the girlfriend always goes, oh, I really like this fragrance. Like the Dior Sauvage Elixir, if I only had to pick 1 fragrance, I'd pick this. Again, very good versatility. The lasting time in the original batch, not very good. However, I do believe they've reformulated since its initial release. Now it is a lot stronger and longer lasting. Because of some of these factors I've just listed, I'm going to have to put it in... Oh, this is a really tough one. It's either an A or a def cop, and I'm just looking at some of these, and I'm going to put it in def cop. I don't care. Alright, next fragrance we have Bleu de Chanel by Chanel. It's a blue, fresh fragrance. It's got some woody notes in there as well. It comes in 3 different types. Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, or the Parfum. My favorite's the Parfum, but the Eau de Parfum was the most popular. Is it a good fragrance? Yes. Is it incredibly versatile? You could wear it literally anywhere? Yes. Is it very mass appealing and a lot of people love it due to it being not a neutral fragrance, but it doesn't sort of skew in one particular direction too much, meaning a lot of people like it? Yes, a lot of people like it. Is it also, however, very expensive, costing about $160 USD, which, by the way, was the same price as the Dior Sauvage Elixir, which is sitting comfortably in def cop. It is expensive, yes. However, do I think it's worth the price? No. I would say with the Sauvage Elixir, just as it does last ages, it is worth that 160 USD price point. This does have all good longevity. I mean, it's nothing in comparison to Dior Sauvage Elixir, but nothing really is regarding designer. It would be an A if it was, say, I don't know, $100 USD a bottle, but 160 is quite steep, and because of that, I'm going to put it in B tier behind Valentino and behind Stronger With You Intensely. Now, one by YSL that came out in 2024, I believe, and was very, very popular when it was released. A lot of people were buying it. Do I like this fragrance? Not really. I think it's pretty mid, and it is kind of expensive, sitting at around 120 as most YSL fragrances. It's sort of like a citrusy floral fragrance, but it smells really vanilla-y to me. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It just smells sort of like lackluster. It's not giving you any kind of wow factor which you'd want from a fragrance with that price point. However, a lot of people do like it, and I actually have a female friend. Yeah, that's right. I have a female friend that says she's quite likes it, so I'll put it in C tier just for that, because I don't know. And last but not least, the top selling men's fragrance of 2024, drum roll please. Surprise, surprise, was Dior Sauvage, the Eau de Toilette, the original, the bad boy. The most commonly sold fragrance, the one that reminds your girlfriend of her ex-boyfriend. It's this one here. Do I think you should buy this fragrance? It's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap these days. It's costing around 120, sitting around that kind of price, USD that is. Or maybe even a little bit less depending on where you'd find it. I'd be surprised if you haven't smelt it, but it's got sort of like a fresh spiciness to it, with this nice bergamot, sort of like a little bit of pepperiness to it. I'd say it's incredibly versatile. You could wear it in most places, like the Dior Sauvage Elixir, but with this one as well, you'd just sort of lower the sprays if you're wearing it in a more daytime office school orientated environment. It is very, very popular, and it does get a lot of flack online. I would say it is the most hated, or one of the most hated fragrances in terms of the fragrance internet space. However, if you don't care about that and you think it's a nice fragrance, I'm gonna wear it, I would say this would be a good one for you to pick up. It is probably my most complimented fragrance ever. I've got a lot, and I've had a lot of these for many years, and this one still gets me the most compliments. I did stop wearing it for a couple of years, thinking that I want to be different. People will appreciate me being different, but I stopped that and just started wearing Sauvage again to experiment, and I got the same compliments. So because of all these, because it's versatile, because it's not too expensive, because it gets a lot of compliments, because it smells nice, I'm going to put it in A tier. Whether or not you should buy it, this will probably annoy a lot of people. And this whole list will probably annoy a lot of people, but it's just my personal opinion. And I do think if you don't care about whatever, like what some person that spends way too much time on fragrance TikTok with TikTok opinions thinks about your fragrance you're wearing, then yeah. Thank you for watching. That's the whole list. Let me know if you think I've put anything in the wrong place, and if one of your favorite fragrances appears in this list, let me know where you think it should be, or let me know what fragrances you were surprised not to see on this list. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Consider dropping a subscription below for more fragrance content like this. Catch you in the next one. Peace out. Mwah.